how to fit in Erling Haaland and Mo Salah. Can you go for both? Doesn't leave you with much left. Do you go for one or the other, and if so, which one? Or do you go for neither, which is what I've done?
Oh, wow. Brave. I like that, Hayley. I mean, look, the prices are really high. We didn't quite expect Haaland to be 15 million. It's given us a real decision to make. And at times last season, he was so highly owned that it felt a little bit pointless having him at times. Yet now we're in a position where he'll only be in about 50% of teams, which is much better than the 80% he was in last season. And Mo Salah's come in high again, 12.5. So it's 15 and 12.5 for these two, which when you look at your overall squad, it probably lacks a little bit of balance if you have both in your team. So for many, it's a case of picking one or the other. I started my first couple of drafts this preseason with no Haaland. Now I'm in the no Salah camp, and I'm pretty sure that's going to remain. I'm back in Haaland because he plays Ipswich in Gameweek 2. And that feels like a very scary match to watch if you don't own Haaland and probably captain him for that fixture.
I feel like Haaland has to be a must because he's the best goal scorer that we've ever seen in the Premier League. You look at his stats last season: first shots on target, big chances, XG. He excelled in all of those above any other player, but not too far behind him was Newcastle United's Alexander Isak, who feels like the essential attacker that we're seeing in a lot of teams among engaged managers. Newcastle United, that game week one fixture at home to Southampton, he's a really attractive option. So those are the two big ones to fit in.
Manchester City's full Fantasy Premier League price list is out, and one number has already changed the entire conversation before a single ball has been kicked. Erling Haaland will begin the 2026/27 season at £15.5 million. The highest starting price in FPL history. Managers now face an immediate choice: spend more than 15% of the budget on City's main goalscorer, or spread the money across a squad packed with cheaper attacking options. And this is where the story becomes interesting. City are entering a new era under Enzo Maresca, but their opening schedule looks tempting. They begin at home to Bournemouth on Sunday, August 23rd, before facing Crystal Palace, Coventry City, Manchester United and Sunderland in their opening 5 league matches. 4 of those fixtures appear attractive on paper, making City players serious Gameweek One targets. Haaland is still the headline name. His price is enormous, but so is his ceiling. When City dominate possession and create chances, he remains the player most likely to finish them. The problem is simple. Selecting Haaland could force sacrifices everywhere else. One premium forward may mean a weaker midfield, cheaper defenders and little flexibility if another expensive star begins quickly. But leaving him out could be even more painful. A home match against Bournemouth gives Haaland the kind of opening fixture that can punish anyone who starts without him. One early brace could send millions of managers rebuilding their squads, while his record price makes buying him later extremely difficult. However, Haaland is not the only major decision. Antoine Semenyo is City's most expensive midfielder at £8.5 million. His direct running and goal threat could make him exciting if Maresca gives him a regular role close to Haaland. But at that price, managers need evidence that he is more than a rotation risk. Cherki and Jeremy Doku both cost £7.5 million. Cherki offers creativity between the lines, while Doku provides explosive one-against-one threat from wide areas. Both can produce big hauls, but City's attacking depth means neither can be treated as completely safe. Then there is Phil Foden at only £7.0 million. That may be the most eye-catching price in the entire City list. Foden has already shown that, when trusted in advanced positions, he can deliver goals, assists and bonus points at an elite level. His recent output has dropped, but a fresh role under Maresca could turn him into one of the season's biggest bargains. If he starts regularly near Haaland, £7.0 million could look dramatically underpriced. Rodri and new signing Elliot Anderson are both valued at £6.5 million. They may be central to how City control matches, but influence does not always translate into fantasy returns. Anderson's energy and late runs may give him more attacking upside, while Rodri's security could appeal to managers searching for reliability. Tijani Reinders at £6.0 million is another name to watch. If allowed to make forward runs, he could become a useful differential. Semenyo also costs £6.5 million, while Nico is £5.5 million. Pre-season team selections may matter more than last year's statistics. The defence creates another major debate. Mark Guehi is City's most expensive defender at £6.0 million. Ruben Dias, Josko Gvardiol, Ryan Ait-Nouri and Abdulkadir Kusanov all cost £5.5 million. If City begin with clean sheets, those prices could offer steady returns. But managers will still want attacking threat and guaranteed starts. Rico Lewis and Vita Rice are both £4.5 million. On paper, that looks attractive for players connected to a title-chasing defence. Yet a cheap City defender is only useful when he is actually on the pitch. In goal, Gianluigi Donnarumma starts at £5.5 million, James Trafford at £5.0 million, and Marcus Bettinelli at £4.5 million. Donnarumma appears the safest route into City's clean sheet potential, while Trafford's uncertain future makes him difficult to judge. Omar Marmoush is listed as a £7.0 million forward. He could become a clever alternative for managers avoiding Haaland, but his minutes and exact position will be crucial. If he regularly plays alongside the Norwegian, he may offer value. If mainly used from the bench, the appeal disappears. So, what is the smartest City strategy? The aggressive move is Haaland plus one cheaper attacker, such as Foden. The balanced move is to avoid Haaland and select 2 or 3 midfielders, hoping City's goals are shared. The cautious move is Donnarumma or a nailed-on defender, then waiting to see which attackers Maresca trusts. The biggest danger is building a team based only on club reputation. This is no longer Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and old assumptions may not survive. Maresca could change the formation, pressing structure and roles of several key players. That uncertainty creates risk, but also opportunity. If Foden becomes the main number 10, he could be one of the best value players in FPL. If Semenyo becomes an automatic starter, £8.5 million may prove justified. If Cherki controls the creative role, his ownership could rise rapidly, and if Haaland begins at full speed, the record £15.5 million price may still feel cheap. City's prices are now revealed. The fixtures look promising. The choices are everywhere. Before the Gameweek One deadline, every manager must answer one question. Do you pay the record price for Erling Haaland, or risk watching Manchester City's biggest star damage your season before it has even begun?